What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the A Show with the Kings of Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm Justin, here with Meelz. What's up, Meelz?
I'm chilling, man. I have no idea. Hold on. I have like 8 things. I was not prepared, apparently. This damn my niece, she's got Skittle gummies all over my fucking floor.
She old enough to eat Skittle gummies now?
She doesn't eat any candy. She just likes the texture of it. She is very much those kind of babies.
That's nice. At least she's not.
No, she doesn't eat. She likes what she likes, and that's what she likes. And I'm hoping actually she starts to like more.
My niece is my brother-in-law is not allowing my niece to eat any type of sugar.
Oh no!
Until she's like 3. And I was like, the moment that she hits 3, she turns 2 in like 2 weeks. But the moment she hits 3, I'm taking her right to Krispy Kreme donuts, giving her one, and dropping her back off to him as revenge for making her.
Sugar is one of the. It's like a big leap that it's like there's no turning back from this. Once she starts eating sugar and chicken wings, it's pretty
sugar and chicken wings.
What's it? You never remember. I mean, you probably don't remember the first time you ever had chicken, but you remember every time after that. I promise you that.
Yeah, I remember some of the best chicken I ever had. The best chicken I ever had.
Oh my god! You know what NXT actually made me? Did I say this last week that NXT made me try out the popcorn chicken again?
No, you didn't.
Yo, they were going so ham with it.
Whenever I see popcorn chicken being advertised, I think of the Paul Mooney, and I need people to go search this skit. Type in Paul Mooney MC Hammer KFC on YouTube and watch the Paul Mooney MC Hammer KFC segment. It's not a sketch; it's like a segment.
We did this on Retro Diaries once, remember?
Oh yeah,
and we made him incredibly uncomfortable.
Yeah, the popcorn chicken. Is this nigga's mama alive? Like that shit is so funny. I swear, I go back to that and I die every time as if it's the first time I've ever heard it. It's the greatest like comedy special I've ever watched in my life.
You know what? I'll say this: popcorn chicken's still pretty good.
It's. I think with the popcorn is that they cut the chicken up and roll it into balls like that.
That's what it seems like it is. So I don't, it's just what it seems like they're going for with it. Like, yeah, essentially. So, what else is on the docket? Is there anything else? What have you been up to, man?
I'm just working, man. Just fucking working.
Aren't we all?
Trying to get my life together, and summer is almost over.
Summer is almost over. Isn't that ass? The sun started. I walked home yesterday. Sun was getting down pretty earlier. Like it was like 7:57. I was like, damn, the sun really set. Like that bitch really is gone.
Like,
damn,
they not fucking around. It's really setting. Like,
yeah, it just is what it is. This was an amazing summer.
Hopefully amazing winter.
Hopefully amazing winter. That would be nice. We finally have money to be able to get things and go to places. So couldn't be worse than last winter.
Yeah, it was like, Jesus Christ.
It was the coldest winter. That Kanye.
Memories fade in the coldest winter.
Goodbye, my friends.
I just take that as like the universe being like, here's one more little jokey joke. Because me and you jobs like a week apart.
There you go. And then you know what? Shout out to us. You know what I'm saying? I would say a month apart, but like definitely. Yeah, shout out to us.
You were after me, right? I
sure was after you. I was like mid-February. You got yours at the middle of December.
Yeah.
And because I remember we had to start the year off, and you were off we were off to like the first 2 weeks or so.
Oh yeah.
So we got to figure that out. Also, if the Royal Rumble pool winners think we forgot you. We haven't forgot you. It's just an interesting.
I forgot you.
Yeah, well, it's an interesting way to schedule the show. So we're gonna have to like figure a way to schedule you in the show in an interesting way, considering the time we record. Now, if you want to record at all hours of the night, like a maniac like us, or maybe it's in the middle of the afternoon and you're not a maniac like us, you just, you know, it just is what it is. You know, be my guest, but we got to figure that out. A whole lot of stuff. I'm preparing for. Here's what I'm preparing for mentally, Justin. I know our 9th anniversary is coming up.
Oh my God, 9 already?
I know, right? Here's what I'm electing.
What?
We just skip the 9th and just worry about the 10th.
I'm fine with that. I think 10 is big, and we need like a year to kind of plan out what we want to do for the 10th anniversary.
100%. So, well, listen, I already got some stuff in the can. We had some stuff in the can for a long ass time that I've just been waiting for. It's just the perfect timing, because timing is very important. So, you know, just a heads up for the Royal Rumble winners: Johnny Barnes, Grayson on Riverdale. Haven't fully forgot you. Yeah, we'll get to you when we get to you. Shout out to Johnny Barnes, though. Johnny Barnes also did a service for us. He went to SummerSlam, took some photos for us around the place, you know, give us the vibe of Minnesota a little bit. So shout out to us.
He's our own Peter Parker.
There you go.
Johnny.
A copywriter in disguise. My ghostwriter, a.k.a. Johnny Barnes. So many things to talk about this week. Well, actually, death this week? Bruh.
Wait, what?
Death this week? Hayden Panettiere?
Oh, man. I mean, the way you said it sounded like it was a sports highlight. But yes.
No, but I was legitimately like, what? Like, it hit, when they say it comes in threes. So when initially Tyler from The Real World came out.
Oh, yeah. That definitely was a shocker.
I was like, oh my God, what? Like, and then I was like, oh, I just remembered when I heard about his death, I was like, death comes in threes. This is crazy.
But the third person always be the most shocking one.
Bruh. I don't even remember who the second one is, but the third one, Hayden Panettiere, I was like, oh my God.
Sorry, second person.
Sorry, second person. She's a third duty, but gosh darn, like that was crazy. Like watching kid actors that you grew up with essentially 3 years. I think she's like 1 year older than me, just as old as me. Watching
36, 36.
Yeah.
Years. Nobody should ever pass that young, you know?
Yeah.
Like nobody.
And it's sad because like her brother also passed, and now the parents lost both their kids. It's a rough situation. It's tough, man. So, you know, our condolences to all the families, to Tyler and Hayden Panettiere and a potential third one or second one. It may or may not have come out yet.
Jesus Christ, that was morbid.
I know. It's just death it just fucking comes, man. This is nuts. This is crazy. What else have we got going on this week? Should we just
jump into it? Let's just jump into it because we have a lot to talk about, and we have. I think we're stronger long form with some of the stuff we got to talk about this week because of just all of the things that have been happening and the head assness of some people.
Let me tell you something. I love a Helwani interview that comes out.
I love a Helwani interview because we always kind of know where it's gonna lead, you know?
Yeah, usually ex WWE. We asking them about WWE. They give an answer that's
how much you want. It's almost like how much you want to bet they're gonna talk about WWE.
Hey man, Big Cope, Adam Copeland,
your man's.
This is my man's. This is unfortunate. It's my man's because I gotta fry him this episode.
Slop Copeland.
You know what? Here's what I'm saying. Edge is my man's. I don't know about Adam Copeland. I don't know about Cope. I'll say that. I don't know about Cope, but the man who's leading the league in retirements officially showed up on the Helwani show.
Which quote? Let's talk about this. Which quote you trying to get to first? from this shit?
Okay. The quote I'm trying to get to first. I mean, there's so many that
There's
is
so
like
much. It's ridiculous.
headassery. Yeah.
And you know, really, what my issue with the Adam Copeland press tours be? It be that like he acts like one, we don't see him, like the window isn't wide open and we don't see the shit he be doing. Because
Right.
I remember us being on this very show, him talking about, I don't know, guys, sitting in his porch. I don't know, guys. I got the letter and I just been staring at this letter and I don't know what I'm gonna do. He pulls the letter out. Like, I don't know, and we're just like, why are you lying? We know where you're going. We know what this is about. We know that the whole thing ended the way you didn't want it to end, but niggas had to move on. So why are you lying to us?
Ended versus Sheamus. Jesus Christ.
Which again, I mean, like who the fuck
In
else?
Toronto on an episode of SmackDown, Goldberg would fucking.
He would have loved it.
Yeah. No, Goldberg would have hated that shit. I mean, could you think of a worse retirement than that? I mean, it was not
Goldberg's
worse.
only, but the thing is, he won, so Goldberg would have loved it.
This is true. Cope did beat Sheamus.
Yeah, because he loved it. Like this is a guy that is very blessed. Let's just say that, just to say the least. I think I've been off of him since this whole signing. Why are you guys being so mean to me because I signed the 8? I'm like, because you set yourself up for that type of reaction. Mm-hmm. And I think that I've been off him since then. His AEW tenure has been fraught with injury and strange storylines and booking and just like the worst shit ever. And now we see why.
I'll say this as a fan of Edge and Adam Copeland. I think his marriage to his legacy, and how he wants to end the story, has been his biggest enemy thus far in the last few years. I think the idea of a perfect ending or a storybook ending that he's chasing in the world of professional wrestling or professional sports in general, has been really the thing that has led to questionable decisions. Whether it's been,
what about his legacy is he so protective of? Is my question. What about it?
I think I think it's more so that, right, he got it taken away from him. So now he has the opportunity to do it over, and now he kind of wants to end it in the way that he would love to end it, right? Which is, I guess, is a natural feeling, but also I think the idea of like what it's supposed to be in his head, to me, I would say it's interesting because we watched this week or last week, Russell Westbrook. He ended his career. He just retired, flat out retired. And there's a way that basketball players and professional athletes of certain caliber kind of like just accept it, move on to it, and decide there's a life beyond it. Whereas I think wrestlers, is when you think of like Goldberg and his retirement and how he kind of like feel about it, and even Cope and his retirement in WWE and how you felt about it, there isn't really that like, I'm satisfied with what I did. I know what I've done, and Edge is a Hall of Fame career person, so it's kind of like there should be no like he's like the Russell Westbrook of fucking WWE, except he actually won championships. You know what I'm saying? But he's a go ahead.
But you know that like the big difference between what you're talking about with sports teams and what wrestlers is that like sports is like a team sport, and the way that like they probably kind of interact with that in their head is that I'm being passed up by younger guys that are better and better and better every single year than me. I'm on borrowed time every year that there's a rookie that we draft. Every time that there's a trade that we get within
that's
team
the same
sport.
thing with basketball.
But for a sports person, right? For a sports, sure. It's a team, football, basketball, hockey, all that shit. They realize they're always on borrowed time. Wrestlers never realize they're on borrowed time because as much as they should think of it as a team activity and a team thing, because it's not about wins and losses, it's about the houses. You know what I mean? It's about how much money you're bringing into the house. They don't think of it as a team thing. So it's literally all about you all day. I think Lainey Reed had a really good quote about there being like, like people don't give a shit about you. There's no leader here. There's no team. Like she came from sports. So her mentality is that this is a team thing and we need someone to lead us there and be a locker room leader and get the team better. I don't think people like Edge were brought up in that sense where it's just like, hey, this is a team. and we all need to win. It's more like, yeah, it's a team until it's time for me to get mine. and for Edge, it's like it's never not time for him to get his. He always got to get his.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's essentially like he's always got to get his, which is his flaw in terms of like the retirement is you're like Loki chasing the dragon in a sense, right? Like you're chasing like what is the perfect ending, what is the perfect story. He's got his, he's had his match with Christian. He's in his tag team championship run with Christian. He's had everything, but like, can he tell the perfect storybook ending in AEW?
No. They can't even use his footage. He has to go back eventually. Yeah. He has to go back eventually. I don't even think AEW niggas was enthralled with him being there in the first place.
I can definitely say that like AEW folks, especially when that match with Moxley came, it became incredibly clear that there's a person back who we can eliminate getting called up to SmackDown. Oops. But no, it's like what is he chasing?
Let's get to the quote. We haven't got to the quote yet. So what was the quote that you wanted to start with?
The one that really struck out, the one I said interesting, LMAO. My experience by the end of WWE was overproduced, over-rehearsed, and over everything. They kept the handcuffs on you to the point where you couldn't really explore too much. That's not the case in AEW, and that it's fun. So you're really describing his I guess is the difference between AEW at this point of his career and WWE at this point of his career. But the reality of the situation is they let Edge do a lot.
Yeah. He got Rhea, he got Damian, he got to have a WrestleMania match that was like 30 something fucking minutes long against AJ Styles, and it fucking sucked. I was there live.
Yeah.
He got a lot. He got to beat Finn at WrestleMania in a Hell in a Cell match. He got to beat Seth in the end. He didn't get a singles match with Roman too.
He got a single match with Roman, Money in the Bank 2021, I believe.
He got a singles match with Roman. Then he got a WrestleMania main event match with Roman.
Sure did.
He got a WrestleMania COVID match. He got whatever he wanted to do. I feel as though he was able to do. I would love to see from both sides where this went wrong at. And I wish he would just say, and I said this in our chat too, I wish you would just say you don't like Triple H. I wish you would just say it. Like, just be like, Triple H is the reason I don't really fuck with it right now.
I think he's coming from an artistic standpoint of like there isn't much in terms of like what's laid out for him in terms of what he wants to do. But in WWE, I think everything you could argue, and you would be right, that his final run in WWE has far superseded his final run in AEW. I feel like in AEW, he's definitely not like in the kind of Paul Pierce retirement way. They don't love you like that, bro.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like in AEW, it's such a weird. I think as much as he's living in the moment and he loves kind of the way it's treated, I feel like in the moment he's not going to be recognized nor respected from the AEW fan base, from the AEW talent, and probably at the end of the day from Tony Khan himself, who values.
He's a nostalgia act.
Yeah,
that's fine in certain instances. He's just to be a nostalgia act. You know what I'm saying? But like, I think in the larger scheme of things, it's like you're always going to be known as the sports entertainment guy who speared Jeff Hardy off the ladder. Like that is the moment that people are going to remember you as. And I think even to a certain extent, Mick Foley's kind of trying to like relive that on AEW right now, doing the crazy, the silly shit he's doing. Like, what the fuck are you doing in there, man? That look worse than TNA.
I think just old wrestlers love the lack of. I think they've been so used to a way of how wrestling was, and then it changed and became a lot more corporate. That by the time they get to Tony Khan, who kind of like, whatever, bro, if you love wrestling, I love wrestling, we love wrestling, etc., etc. They just kind of like dig that energy a little bit more, the idea of freedom. Because to be honest with you, I don't really know if he gives a shit about what they finally do. Like, I think he respects their legacies and respects them as a wrestler, but don't we all? I think ultimately at the end of the day, like, he pays them a bunch of money and they're not like handcuffed by like, you got to show up to these dates, you got to do this signing, you got to do this over there, you got to do this over there. Like, it's not, it just is what it is. There's another quote in here, the John Cena one.
John Cena one, yeah.
He says, well, this one says, in terms of like, Ariel Helwani asked him a question like, John Cena's retirement, are you bummed you couldn't be there? Do you think you could have been there? And he says, here's what I realized. They could link to each other. One place didn't want to. So, okay. Absolutely, Tony would have been okay with it. I truly believe that because he knows what it would meant to a large segment of wrestling fans. I can see it from all sides. I really can. But John knew I was there in spirit. And no, he did not explore it, I assume, and all these are assumptions. But having been there long enough and knowing the mindset there, I realize it ain't gonna happen. If it were up to me and John, sure. Man, the mental I always feel like there's a little bit of a brainwashing when you get there, just because of the herd mentality of AEW.
I can't think of any way, and again, the way that he's speaking makes me feel as though he hasn't actually spoke with Tony about this face to face. Like, he's never actually asked him about this because he's just assuming from what he's saying. But I'm like, so how do you know if they didn't like want to do it? Did you hear it through the grapevine? Is that what happened? I'll be for real. I feel like Cena was just like, whoever's here, I'm just going to work with them. Because the thing that he did to pour salt on that wound was basically be like, yeah, Punk's my greatest rival. Like, literally, it was just like, Punk's my greatest rival. And I was like, damn, fuck Edge, I guess.
I think if John really, really wanted it, for whatever reason,
they would have made it happen. They'd let him do every fucking thing, everything else he wanted to do that year.
Yeah, but I don't think that they would have let Edge compete in the John Cena Memorial Tournament and then lose probably in the second round or some shit like that. Yeah. Like, he would have done that and that would have been that, but I don't think that was ever an option for John, because why would it be? You work there. If you wanted to have the match, you would work here. I just think overall, yeah, it comes off as
just trying to rile niggas up. That's literally all it is.
Yeah, but it also comes off as very like, you're not really like in the know. Like, you have no clue. Like, I feel like Tony Khan wouldn't have allowed that to happen, because I'll say this. I think they had a pay-per-view in Toronto last year, same night as WrestlePalooza. I forgot what it was fucking called. But they had the next one. Edge does the "You Can't See Me" joint, and that's the only thing trending from that pay-per-view the entire day.
Yeah.
So
it would have helped AEW. Honestly.
Yeah, it would have, but it also would have been like, you're this guy is going, the optics of Edge going to WWE, getting that like reaction he would obviously get, and then coming back to AEW and going back to do whatever the fuck he's doing.
Yeah, they'd be like, shit. And then they have to call him Cope in WWE.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just felt like it would have completely ruined his run in AEW if he ever decided to step foot in WWE again. Because ultimately WWE is home. Mm-hmm. And while AEW, he says he formally wants to retire in AEW and that's where he's going to retire, which is fantastic. I mean, ultimately, do whatever you got to do.
He already retired in WWE.
I know, but yeah, you already retired twice, to be honest with you. But it's, to me, I just can't. His AEW run to me just it's felt very like flat compared to most things.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at who he said, he has a quote. I put this in the Slop channel. Sorry for
God.
Slop channel. No, but there was a quote in there. He says, Adam Copeland named Darby Allin, Hangman Adam Page, Swerve Strickland, MJF, and Leo Rush as his favorites from the AEW roster with their creativity. But he's never worked with any of those people in the entire 3 years he's been there. They decided, ultimately AEW has said, Go do your thing over here. We're going to allow you to create the space to do what you want to do, as everybody does. Ultimately, you wanted a feud with Seth, you got it with Seth. You wanted a feud with Roman, you got a feud with Roman. If you wanted a feud with Cena while he was there, and if Cena was there, I feel he would have had a feud with Cena.
Yeah.
He's done everything he wanted to do. He had his Judgment Day, he had his comeback story, all the other things, etc., etc. Got the team with Ray, got to do
wife
everything.
got
wife there, everything, just amazing. Toronto, all this other stuff, blah 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 blah. In AEW, they let him touch Mox a couple times and said, "Nah, this ain't it. This is actually worse than it. This stinks."
One of the worst main events of all time.
Yeah, so they let him do what he's done. He's telling his story with Christian. He's wrapping up Christian, whatever the hell he's got going on. I'm not sure what a Christian would have done anyway, but Christian is wrapped up in it, and he's obviously willing. That's like his brother, so it is what it is. But you're not important to the grand scheme of AEW at all.
Yeah, but this is the same guy who went out there live and was just flying the flag. Like talking about, if you don't want to be here, all that shit. Like, all right, man.
Yeah, it's just weird. I just think it's strange. He's Edge.
He's an interesting guy, man. I that's all I can say about him.
I don't think he has a full. I think some of the AEW does a brain warp thing where your legacy in WWE doesn't matter, or it doesn't feel as genuine because of the freedom you have in there. It's like your eyes wide open, but ultimately at the end of the day, he's a WWE guy. Cope does not live without Edge, and Edge is ultimately the one who's going to reign king. So, et cetera, et cetera.
So beyond that, rare New Japan news. I was shocked to see this on here.
Well, the streets are talking. The nerdy streets, but
which streets?
The most nerdy wrestling streets of all time.
Point me to those streets.
New Japan G1 Climax 36. It happened. I'll have you say I watched the match.
Did you watch it?
I did watch it.
Was it good? This was against Yuya Uemura and Ryohei Oiwa?
Yes.
Yeah.
I watched it. It wasn't very good.
It wasn't very good?
No, it was very good, actually.
Oh. What was the nigga finisher?
It's a headlock.
Boy.
So all right, so here's what I'll say about the match. It was the most, and I guess people are clamoring for it because it kind of like takes you back to an era that was a little bit bygone era at this point. It's less high impact moves like the previous G1 Final Classics. Like this isn't,
Where he beat the nigga with a headlock?
He sure did. But he worked that fucking. Yes, bro. Trust me. He worked that headlock. Like they worked. It was Justin. I'm afraid to explain this to you because you're gonna think like I'm fucking crazy. The match was a headlock versus a wrist lock, and they were working that the entire match. But I guess the great thing about this match was that it didn't depend on the high impact like double kickouts.
A headlock.
Things. Yeah,
I feel like Mano right now.
Brother, I promise you, I watched it and I was like, oh, this is pretty good. Like they told a really, really good story. Ultimately, I have no idea who these two men are. Sorry if it offends. But I had no idea who those men are. But because it was so like on Sunday, it was just like people were talking like, oh my God, this is good. And granted, it was a lot of the nerds who were talking about it. It's a lot of people, the people who drop like 500 words in a tweet about this match and a lot of people are talking about like, I don't even think WWE fans could fathom the type of, I was like, bruh, get over yourself. Well, ultimately, at the end of the day, I thought it was a really, really good match. I would say it was definitely one of the most notable matches of the year. It was 30 minutes, 35 minutes. Yeah, it didn't feel it, Justin. It did not feel like it. I promise you, it's really good. I promise you. And if you see it, I'm not sure how you'll feel about it, but I feel like you'll be like, oh, I get it. Okay.
So these niggas was landing the headlock for 10 minutes. Nigga didn't get slammed.
I don't know about 10 minutes. No. They got slammed. They did slam. They were like high impact stuff sprinkled here and there, but it was
What,
not
this
the
nigga
story.
regular finish? Like
Bro, it was good. I hate to say it, it was good. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm watching the match, I'm like, oh, this is a great story. Like ultimately, it was slow and all this other stuff like that, but it was a great storytelling match, man.
is it better than Roman and Punk?
It's such a different match from that. I couldn't even compare them, but I would put them in the same category of like the quality of match. I would put them in the same category. Like this is a match of the year candidate.
For sure. A headlock. All right, I'm gonna watch it.
I would watch it. I would watch it. It's not bad at all. No, don't do that. Nigga
said, my head.
Shut up.
Shit.
That can be dangerous. Nigga, when's the last time you put somebody in a headlock?
Shit. Nigga arm his bicep because his head been in there for so long.
Last time I even thought about a headlock was Cousin Stiz versus featuring Offset. That's the last time.
A headlock. Nigga, the pressure's too much, nigga.
Bro, let me tell you though.
Hold on, is the nigga head big? Hold on.
He was wrenching that shit in.
If you did that to me, I would just get like mildly upset.
Justin.
What?
Go watch the match.
I'm gonna tell you right now,
ordinary nigga headlock.
My glasses is low. Like Mayno. A headlock.
I hear you.
What year are we in? I need a nigga getting slammed on his head.
Listen,
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, some of that, but not really.
I just need to know if that's the nigga regular finisher.
I believe it is.
All right, move on.
Come on, man. Well, listen.
He look cool. I'm looking at the nigga right now. He look cool, but you can't look like that and you'll finish your body slam, nigga.
Well,
my head.
I thought the interesting part of it was that, let me just make sure I have the right person, that he made his debut in 2021. So yeah. So
the fuck is they teach niggas over there? Headbutts or headlocks?
But it's just more so that, okay, maybe New Japan is finally, after all these years, like, okay, maybe new guys, since everybody's leaving for AEW. And then Jeff Cobb returned, if that is.
Don't care.
No? Okay.
Well, at least his fucking finish in a headlock.
Man, what is his finish?
They got the do-si-do, swing your partner around.
The do-si-do is perfect.
The swing your partner to and fro. Let me see you do the do-si-do. Ass slam.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, let's move on. Congrats to I'm gonna watch it tonight. No, I gotta watch My Hero tonight. I'm gonna watch it sometime this week.
Oh, okay. Let me know how My Hero goes.
I'm slogging through season 4. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm wondering
season 5.
Season 5. Yeah, 5. I'm slogging.
You still in the class battle?
Yes, nigga. Yes. The Raven nigga got a new move. I gotta rewind it sometimes because they be talking. They be like, all right. I'll be like, okay, I guess the explanation makes a little bit of sense, but like, I don't know.
So I'll tell you the purpose of this arc. The purpose of that arc is to show that the kids are also advancing, because what happens in season 6 is about to go crazy and they all need to be prepared for it. So essentially they're training these kids for war. So this is to show the full growth that all these students have had. Mind you, they're in their first year.
Not even doing shit. That's what I'm watching for, is that nigga. He's not even doing nothing. So that's
Which one?
Deku. He's not doing nothing.
He in the last fight.
All right.
Skip to the Bakugo episode. Skip to the Bakugo episode.
I think that might be the next one. But I'm sorry. Enough about us.
Yeah.
Becky Lynch. You wanted to talk about Becky Lynch?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about it for a quick sec because I was listening to Black Wrestling last week.
I can only imagine what these shout out to Black Wrestling, but I can only imagine what these niggas were saying.
Shout out to Black Wrestling. But they're talking about Becky Lynch in terms of I guess the idea was like they were saying like a 360 star, someone who has it all, right? And when he's getting to Becky Lynch, it was like Becky Lynch is. I feel like the general consensus is Becky Lynch is such a polarizing superstar because niggas either think she's fantastic or they think that she is absolutely trash and overrated. And for the life of me, I can't, with my own eyes that I use on a daily basis, see how Becky Lynch, who has gotten great matches out of the least great people,
has a Mania Classic on her belt. 2 of them.
Can be considered underrated in any sense of the word, especially compared to her contemporaries. And I think it's maybe because they compare her with the other four horsewomen, but I think she stands above a number of them.
She's definitely better than Sasha.
Okay. Well, Sasha's a damn slur at this. You're not supposed to call her Sasha.
I don't give a fuck. Who gonna stop me? They said, "Whoa, watch out, tough guy." I'm like, this ain't even about being tough. You can't stop me from calling the nigga who I want to call.
Yeah,
if I want to call Tom Holland Spider-Man, and I don't want to call him Spider-Man, I'm gonna call him Zendaya husband. I'm gonna do that shit too.
Yeah, like come on, man. You internet.
It was on your ass. I was like, damn.
I was like, bro, what for calling her? I can call her anything I fucking want. What are you gonna do? I paid for the ticket. The problem should be why the hell could you hear that comment in the middle of the show anyway? She came through the speaker loud, clear as a fucking bell.
God.
But no, just a polarizing talent. Like, I don't understand how anyone. So if there's
you know what it is. I'm just gonna call it out right now because it's the most simple thing ever, and I'm actually shocked that you don't even remember this or you can't even call it. It's the Bianca thing. They still blame her for that. They think that she came into SummerSlam and said, "I want to beat the black woman right now." I'm going to beat the black woman in 15 seconds or 9 seconds, and I'm going to do this, and I don't care because I'm white and I want to do it. Like that's literally what they think happened, and they still think it happened. And that's the conversation. Meelz never fucking happened until that happened at SummerSlam 2021. And we're not going to get into the specifics of who we should be blaming for that. But it was that. And then again, it was the second time it happened in 2022. They blame her for that shit too.
I would say so. It has to be that, right?
It is that.
But then also I hear conversations of like she's like actually like whack. And I think it's like the idea that Becky Lynch is not like naturally an athletic person. So
some of the greats aren't. Let's just be clear.
Especially women, right? No offense to women, but like
but that's the thing, like the bar be so low.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The bar be so low, and this isn't like to disrespect, right? The bar is so low for a lot of them that like it's not hard to be there, but it's Becky fucking Lynch who, even if it's not hard to get there, she's on the level of some of the greatest men of all time.
Her peaks are higher than any peak for any, I think higher than any women that ever existed.
I'd say like, Oba's hot right now, right?
Yeah.
And Becky's peak, she was hotter than him. Like she was hotter than him. Like, be for real. There was Stone Cold comparisons happening in 2017.
And there's so much evidence of her having, and I feel like there's no way you think it's the other person. She's had a great match with Lita. Lita is not, no offense, Lita's a legend, but not a great wrestler.
Yeah.
She had a great match with Indy Hartwell, who was a terrible wrestler.
Yeah.
And I'll say that at every stretch of imagination. She's pulled people. She made Tiffany Stratton look like a fucking star in NXT.
Yeah, when she was rough.
So much that they were like, yo, we got to call Tiffany up. And we got to give her some room to cook as well. So much that they did that. Lyra Valkyria, the woman at least gave her a shot for a prolonged period of time. We don't get the Lyra that we get on Monday Night Raw if we don't get the Lyra that we got when she debuted and had that entire feud with Becky Lynch. They don't trust Lyra to the extent without Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
Maxine Dupree has the ability to kind of like move however she wants to move at this point.
She managed to get people to care about Maxine.
A great foil for AJ Lee this year.
Mm-hmm.
On her return. I don't think anything else would have done it. I don't think you could put AJ Lee. I don't think there's any other reason for AJ Lee to return, to be honest with you, other than face Becky Lynch.
Because she can get you there. She can get you there. She's wrestled with broomsticks, man. She can get you there. She's gonna do well with Stephanie. Stephanie needs that.
Yeah.
She needs that look. I don't even understand how this is a conversation other than the fact that people are still mad about 2022. She's one of the greatest faces and heels as a woman.
And I think I think she's so underrated as a wrestler itself. Like, that's where I think the disrespect comes in, because the people don't respect her in-ring game. And maybe it's because she doesn't do flashy moves all the time and she doesn't do this and that. Mind you, she's I guess moved on to a state where it's like she's doing less of those like T-bone suplexes. She's doing less of those top rope, but she still does things. And maybe it's because she's been a heel for quite some time at this point. But I think she's just so disrespected in the ring itself when she's made incredible talents. So to me, she's the same as I'm not even gonna do any comparisons, but
I don't agree. I don't agree with her being overrated. I think that, and you're seeing it right now. You put her in there with anybody, and you're pretty much good. She's gonna make it happen with that person trying to get over. Especially if I don't think Bianca reaches that next level without Becky pulling the carrot away from her so many times during that Mania build. I think that they set up something that, again, this is kind of the the Becky Bianca thing was kind of the beginning of like the entitled fan period, where we kind of coined the LiPo phrase, right? Where it's like, okay, like let's just see where this leads, and then it ended up leading to what we said was going to happen from August of 2022 into 2023, right? Where it's like, hey, that was actually a really great story. And I don't think people have actually gone back to that and like let their emotions like breathe to be like, hey, this actually made Bianca when it happened. Like
she made Liv Morgan.
Made Liv Morgan too. Yeah, like that. Like she made a lot of them. And there's very few people that are willing to give back and actually take the L's that Becky does. Charlotte's just now getting there, where you'll see her take some L's. She's just not getting there. Becky's always been there. She used to lose more than all of them. Like she was the most disrespected out of all of them. She only really had like one kind of period where like she was kind of dominant.
It wasn't right. If the flip didn't switch at that SummerSlam, where she turns on Charlotte and he becomes the man and has that whole entire journey, she would be so far behind Bayley right now.
Yeah.
And I think just as a star, Bayley,
she might not even be in the E anymore.
Yeah. That's what's crazy about it. Like it's just strange. Like I feel like she's probably one of the most disrespected talent in WWE. Just from an in-ring standpoint.
They'll respect her when she's gone. I think that's really what it is.
Probably. What we got up next?
Up next, let's talk about Zilla Fatu. Does he show up this week?
He did.
Okay. I mean, what do you want me to say, man? I do think that
more.
There's more he does this week.
No, I mean, there's just more of these niggas.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Like, I'm not trying to make it like. Listen, there can be black people there. There can be Samoan people there. There can be Asian people there. Like, the more the merrier. It should be more multicultural. I think that it's like, it's a feature, not a bug, that they're all related. Sure. Right? Like, it just is what it is. But I think people are like, the main thing that gets my that gets my goat here is like, I've never seen one of the guys' matches, but everyone's just like, he's one of the worst wrestlers to ever do it. He's one of the worst to ever do it. He's fucking terrible. He's a fraud. Da, da, da. I'm like, hey guys, it's not like he skipped the fucking NXT and went to main roster. He's doing NXT just like Solo did. So he's gonna learn, or he's gonna get better, and he's not gonna get better, and he's not gonna be there. This is what it is. Solo, like, legitimately toward the end of that NXT run. I almost feel as though he should have stayed there longer, but I get why he had to go up so early. And his debut on the main roster was iconic. It was one of the most shocking things that happened during the Bloodline saga. But like he was getting legitimately really, really good in NXT right before he left. And then he carried that over, and you know, he was one of the best bodyguard foils that they ever had as Solo, the quiet killer. You know, we saw what happened to Solo. If they can recreate that magic with Zilla, I think they might have something on their hands. But like his personality notwithstanding, it's not hard to see that he was going to end up in WWE eventually. You know?
Yeah. He was the only kind of like one to kind of like really lingering. I'm sure there's more, but there's really only one kind of like lingering in terms of where he would. I haven't seen much of him either, to be honest with you. But yeah, the things I have seen have been pretty reductive. I think he's very much assimilated, and maybe it's because he wanted to pop people on the indies. He started assimilating like the Superman punch and the spear and this kick and all this other stuff and the spike and et cetera, et cetera. And maybe that's just pop people on the indies because he's the only one of the family like that can kind of move that way.
The spike spear is corny, but I guess they're gonna keep it. Like he can't just keep stealing his cousins and his uncle's moves. Yeah. Like you got to do some of his own shit.
Absolutely. So we'll see how it goes. He's as of this. Do you mind if I spoil the big news that came out of it?
Well, he's in the title match.
Yeah, he's in the title match.
Amazing.
NXT Championship, Fatal 4-Way, Heat Wave, Tony D'Angelo versus Zilla Fatu versus Grayson Waller versus Cruz Montana. The battle of accents. I
would give it to Grayson, to be honest.
They need a kind of like a heel, but also Grayson is he's
talk.
Yeah, but he needs to learn how to like give. less
he be trying to get himself over and during promos and shit.
Yeah. And I'd be like, bro, like just get a little bit off, like a foot off a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like you ultimately have to put the other person in a good position as well. You can't completely like talk them out of the situation. So yeah.
Some people just aren't as advanced as he is on the mic. This is what it is. All right, let's zoom into the final segment here. We got about 10 minutes left. Monday Night Raw. We'll talk about the show in its totality on Patreon, but I gotta say, man, the best Bloodline segment in a very long time. Even though it had its perplexing points, I think that we finally got where we kind of needed to be. Me and you have been answering or asking this question for months, like what the fuck is going on? And I guess we can just talk about kind of like the cons of the segment before we get to like how good the segment was.
Sure.
At the end. And I think that like my main con is that like we have been they haven't even tried to condition us to believe that Roman was anything other than a babyface, even though he was acting as a heel. So now the report comes out today from False Finish that, he's listed internally as a heel. And I'm like, he wasn't last week or the week before that or the week or even during the Punk feud. He wasn't a heel then? Like what are we doing?
Yeah, there's so many different situations that have thrown us to and fro in terms of like where his actual allegiance lies. Ultimately, we looked at every situation. And it's like, how can you cheer for this man who's literally saying the stipulation for the match is you win or you become.
Yeah. I own you.
I was like, that's not very face-like. Eric Andre shows up to Monday Night Raw. He orders Jacob Fatu to beat him up. His own co-star is Street Fighter.
But mind you, they don't even mention Street Fighter when they beat the nigga up.
He's just beat up for no reason, and that's kind of it. He has sicked his brothers on
countless people.
Yeah, on Monday Night Raw. Sorry. He sicked his brothers on
Solo
and LA Knight.
Royce Keys. Which led to that match at SummerSlam. And to that point 2 weeks ago, laying Royce Keys out. He hasn't been on TV since. It's like, I wonder when that's going to pay off at this point. But like, again, there's still questions with this, but I saw, at least from where I was sitting, Meelz, he was leaning into the heel stuff. They didn't do the run it back, which is crazy that now they're like, okay, well, Jay and Jimmy, y'all don't get to do the fun stuff anymore either. He basically all but called Buffalo a bunch of idiots on Monday. Beats up. So the point where the crowd was out of it, Meelz, was when he stomped on them damn glasses. When he stomped on them glasses, it was a wrap. They was like, whoa, it's too far.
Let's go through it a little bit. So he comes out with Jacob Fatu, and Jacob Fatu is very much so beside him. And we're all night we're trying to like figure out, me and you, we're trying to figure out like hand delivering.
What did that mean?
But I also think it's like a Bruce Pritchard thing. Like this feels like very like old school, like Vince, like this random stipulation of like we're gonna do something and like he's gotta kiss my ass or something along those lines. Like just something where it's like, oh, what's the intrigue behind that? So the Usos come out and they're jovial, they're celebrating, pew pews, everybody.
They were funny. They were funny on Monday. I'll go.
They're hilarious because they on one. They finally got. It's like Jesse and James finally caught Pikachu. It's like we got him, Giovanni. Got him.
The question is like, okay, you're hand delivering. What if Solo says fuck that and runs to the back?
Well, we found that. We found that out. So upon that, he's looking at Solo and he's like, "You shouldn't even be smiling right now.
Why are you on your face right now?" I'm just like, is this a baby face?
Yeah. Like, what are you? So then Jacob Fatu kicks him out of nowhere. No. Before that, they showed a video package.
There was a video package. And I said, why was this prepared for the segment? I don't understand. But again, I think it's more, remember when The Rock did the family tree thing at the Mania press conference? This, to me, was in line with The Rock family tree reveal at that press conference. We were just like, let's do something so ridiculous that it actually makes us like the guy that he's trying to talk about more. Because all that did was make people chant Solo because all the shit that they were showing was actual cool shit.
But here's the thing as well. The video package will make you assume that like Roman was the one who was the bad person. Solo was firmly the heel.
Yes. And they were
all the situations. He's just like, damn, stomped him, beat him, speared him, all types of other stuff. And Jacob's there too. And they acknowledge him. Solo never, I'll say this in the context of this, Solo never got the chance to actually turn on Roman Reigns. It was Solo in the wake of Roman Reigns losing. Solo's like, right, I got to carry the bloodline from here. And then Roman didn't like that he bossed up in the way that he is, which is kind of similar.
He's a hating ass nigga.
Right. So at one point, we were led to believe that Solo's trying to usurp these things, overtake the bloodline, and Roman Reigns was trying to stop it. But now in this light here, it's like, Solo, how dare you have agency?
Yeah.
How dare you not respect the family like your brothers or anything like that? So anyway, Jacob Fatu kicks him in the face. Well, no, he breaks the glasses first, and then Jacob Fatu kicks him in the face.
And then he gives him the tongue and death grip.
Yeah. So which Roman's like, get off this nigga. So for delivering Solo to him, he brings out the new custom Ulafalas. They're black on black cat Ulafalas.
This reminds me of when Cameron said, "Hey, shorty, if you got good brain, you get your Dipset chain."
He brings out the Ulafalas for them. I'm like, okay, these are my captains. To which
Jacob bristles. He's like, I don't like this shit. Like, wait, what? Like what do you think I don't know.
He got his doo-doo chain like 2 months ago.
I know, but I think it's more so like I'm trying to figure it out, and I'm guessing they will spell this out for us. I'm pretty sure. But like Jacob bristles, and I'm thinking it's because it's just like, hey, you like I'm completely under your whole spiel and your spell to boss up and be better for my family. However, these two motherfuckers are fuck ups. And the one thing they do right, even though I've been doing everything right for you, I'm not your captain. Like he's still, even when he's quote got Roman's respect for having those two matches, and he's finally there, and he's kind of in the solo role, he's still not respected, and he's seeing what happens to people like Solo, who are in that role of his bodyguard. He's seeing it happen. Whereas even when Solo was there, the Usos would get all the love and Solo would kind of get nothing, pretty much.
I think you add a lot of context to it that they probably wouldn't have, but maybe they will at some point.
That's what I think of it. I think he sees like, oh, this is what Solo went through in this same role, and I'm seeing it here. That he's still rewarding these two idiots with everything.
Well, I like that they opened it for interpretation because it's not totally spelled out yet, but it will be spelled out sometime in the future. So I think that's actually a good storytelling element for us to like really wonder. That's how we engage with this and how we build from this.
Yeah.
So they're circling Solo, and here comes LA Knight. He's walking, he's talking, gets his ass beat almost immediately.
He beats him down a little bit. He gets the Usos out.
Yeah, he stands face to face with Roman. Do you feel any closer to LA Knight versus Roman being like a big match that people are getting to?
I think it feels like it here. It feels like he's in the KO role. If we're reheating the nachos, he's in the KO role here.
It's rumored that the matches might happen at Money in the Bank sometime in October.
Makes sense. So. I think it's well deserved. I think the story here is that Roman's ducking him. He's like, oh, I got this shit in Mexico to happen, and this is what we're doing here. So I definitely think that they're building it up well. I will say between both shows, without there being a PLE, there's still intrigue on the shows. So I'll give them.
So Jacob attacks LA Knight out of nowhere, to which Roman's like, "What are you doing? I told you to stay in the corner." Like, no one handled this, so he handles it. He Superman punches it himself and gets him out of here.
And Solo's like, look at what you did. You brought him in here. Now take him out. I'm like, Roman in his cinema bag.
Mm-hmm. They got the angles. They got everything. Everyone's mic'd up.
Yeah, everybody. I mean, Solo was even wearing makeup. Like, what the fuck was that black shit on his face?
I think it was the spray paint from those whack ass Ula follows, but I could be wrong. I don't know. So, or maybe he had some hair shit on him. So he tells Solo to hit him with the finish him. He raises his finger up for the spike, and then spikes Roman.
He says, I'm sorry. And then he spikes Roman to a huge pop.
To a huge pop from me too.
Yes, I said thank you, God.
I screamed Solo. The crowd was it. I was like, what did Buffalo do to deserve this?
Thank you. And you know what's really great is that they did not prolong this for fucking weeks, and they just got it over with.
Yeah. But also it's like, so then of course, they spend pretty much the rest of the couple minutes just like tossing.
Yeah.
The Usos.
But Jacob stays back because Roman didn't tell him to move.
Yeah, absolutely. But amazing moment. Powerful moment. It's a moment where Solo, at this point, again, never had his own moment. He stood firmly down. And one of my biggest fears was that he's going to turn on LA Knight anyway. And it just is what it is.
That would have made no sense.
Yeah. But he stays firm in like what he believes and he's told us what it was in the future. And more importantly, he's told Jacob this to his face.
Yeah.
He was like, why are you, this man is, you pretty much brainwashed my brothers, done all these other things, these terrible things. He's going to do this exact same thing to you. So you got to hand deliver me to him. Tell Roman, come see me. That was on SmackDown like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So
great storytelling. Mm-hmm. I think if LA needed help, this is the guy to do it. I would say let's get Royce Keys back on TV. It's still looking like it's going to be a War Games match.
Yeah,
but I don't think Jacob's going to be out of the bloodline until at least November. My thing here is who's going to be the fifth person?
Roman, Jimmy, Jacob, and someone else.
Mm-hmm. It got to be one more on each side. It's probably got to be a bonus nigga on each side. So we'll see.
We'll see. I mean, it just is what it is. It could be anyone at this point, but this is looking good.
They got to start building this Penta thing too. This Penta Mexican tournament thing. So I would imagine that it's all going to converge in Mexico. I could see that Mexico show being huge for what's to come in November. To be honest,
they're all over it from September 10th through they're all in Mexico the entire weekend. I expect a really, really big set of shows there. Also, they're double taping Raw and SmackDown next week, so
yep.
I don't think Roman's supposed to be there.
He's going to be he's going to be at the double taping. He will be. He's not going to be on Raw next week though, but he'll be in the double taping.
Okay, so we have that to look forward to. Raw will be at 3 p.m. your time, 6 p.m. my time next week.
And the double taping will lead us to the Labor Day episode of Raw, which they have all.
Yes, because apparently no one will watch that shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
So they'll just be like, "Yo, just watch it. It'll be available at 8 p.m. Just turn it on." But I mean, that's a big thing. I feel like it's a big moment for Monday Night Raw. We also have a big moment on Friday Night SmackDown coming up this week. KO versus CM Punk for the WWE Championship. We'll talk a lot more about it on Patreon. But I would like to know, who do you got winning this match this Friday?
KO should win the match. KO should win the match.
I feel like Punk is gonna win.
I just feel like for him to come back after that and lose, I just don't see it. To come back after all of that and lose his first match back, I don't see it, bro.
But here's the thing.
I'm just going by H Logic.
No, I know. But also H Logic is like, let's prolong this as long as possible.
Not the win. I truly think he wanted to do it during the Bloodline reign, but he couldn't.
But I also think, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm up in the air. I feel like it's probably maybe too soon for KO. Like, in terms of just like the week between he returned SummerSlam, 2 weeks later he's gonna win the WWE Championship, and then what happens from there?
I would do it to just have the perfect 1-to-1 to like 3 match series like he likes to do, and just have Punk and him have a blood feud. Like, I mean, I don't think Punk got a problem losing to nobody. I mean, he lost to Drew. You know, he more often than not loses that first match. Unless it's Seth, he lost.
I think he did. He beat Seth. He beat Drew.
First time?
I think he beat Drew the first time. Yeah.
I feel like he did.
No, I don't know.
SummerSlam. It was one of the overseas shows, but I just think that it doesn't make sense for the guy to be out for 18 months and to just come back to lose. I'll give you a fuck finish where no one wins, but I don't think that makes anyone happy. You know?
No, but I feel like we're conditioned. There's a big conversation. Maybe we'll talk about it on Raw in terms of like conditioning to like these big matches not having actual finish.
But yeah, I mean, all the matches on. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
we'll talk about it on Monday Night Raw. But that's it for the weekly show, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you guys for listening. We'll have a prediction, like a soft prediction show, I guess we could do for Sunday night's main event, because it's looking like it's like PLE quality at this point.
Yeah, give them free, for the free.
Yeah, give you guys a break. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't even think it's next week. When the fuck is this match? It's like 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks from now.
So 2 weeks we'll have a free show for you. But until then, the Patreon is nice and cozy.
Yeah, the water's warm. Not because we peed in it.
Well, yeah. Maybe you didn't.
All right, y'all. We gotta get out of here. Thank you guys for listening. We'll be back to talk about more Bloodline drama and more on the show, on the A Show next week. See you guys. Peace.